You guys that have been following me here on the channel for a while know that I generally stay away from issues involving athletes and their mental health. When Simone Biles withdrew from the Olympics a couple of weeks ago, channels that were similar to mine called her out for it, called her weak, said that she used her mental health as an excuse. They said that she really withdrew because of a poor performance the night prior. Charlie Kirk, he went on his show and called Simone Biles a sociopath. Basically said that she was a traitor to America. Doug Gottlieb, Clay Travis called out Simone Biles too. Everyone was critical of her. I came to her defense. It was one of the hardest videos that I've ever done. 99% of the time when I upload a video, I can pretty much predict the reaction from my audience. When I talk about Tim Tebow, for example, I know you guys are going to give me hell about it and disagree with me. Going to have more dislikes than likes on that video. When I call out woke politics and sports, the comment section will be filled with people agreeing with me. I'll have 97, 99% likes. When I came to the defense of Simone Biles, I had no idea how the audience was going to react. Now, it turned out I was actually right for coming to her defense. She was struggling mentally. Her aunt had recently passed away. Someone in the comment section, I can't remember who it was, they said that the Japanese government would not allow Simone Biles medication into the country. Now, I couldn't substantiate that, but if that were the case, then it's understandable why she would be struggling with her mental health. There are instances where athletes have legitimate mental health issues, and we do need to be more cognizant, more understanding of it. However, I'm starting to think that some of these athletes are beginning to use mental health as an excuse. It is similar to what's happened with these political protests at sporting events. Colin Kaepernick started the trend back in 2016. Whether you agreed with his position or not, at least we knew what he was protesting. Same with Megan Rapinoe. After that, all we have had is copycats. Athletes using political protests at sporting events for their own personal gain. They're not protesting against anything, they're just trying to get attention. With mental health, I'm starting to think some of these athletes are using it as a crutch after they have a poor performance. Case in point, Olympic swimmer Simone Manuel. Simone Manuel is a 5-time Olympic gold medal winner for America. She is a decorated swimmer. This year in Tokyo, the results haven't been what she expected. She won the bronze medal in one event, and she failed to medal at another. She finished 11th place, which is fine. No one can be elite all the time, unless your name is Michael Jordan, aka Black Jesus. It's unfair to compare anyone to Michael Jordan. He's not human. He's like God in a man's body. The dude was always on. No one else is like that. It is entirely understandable that Simone Manuel wasn't up to her usual standard this year. No one has an issue with that. The problem is what happened after her poor performance. It is rare that I come on here and defend the media. God knows I have my problems with the mainstream media. But I will come to their defense in situations where I feel like they're just trying to do their job. Simone Manuel was interviewed right after she failed to medal. This is standard procedure. She was polite. She answered the questions. She said that it was disappointing to work so hard for something and not get the results that she had hoped for going in. She said that she did her best. It just didn't work out. Perfectly fine. We can all relate to that. There are days that I come on here and I don't feel that I'm at my best. Sometimes at the end of the day, I'll sit back and think, I could have done better today. Today really wasn't representative of my true potential. We all have days like that. Where it falls apart for Simone Manuel is what she tweeted a little while after her media interview. The damn Twitter fingers, they will get you every time. Just ask LeBron James. LeBron is notorious for tweeting without thinking. Here is what Simone Manuel said on Twitter. Quote, please stop interviewing athletes after a disappointing performance, before they have any time to process anything. Trust me, they gave it their all. Nothing else people need to know at that time. End quote. Modern athletes are mentally soft. I love the fact that Simone Manuel is telling people in the media how to do their job. There is a reason the media wants to get an interview directly after a game, or in this case, a swimming competition. They're looking for a genuine reaction. Those few minutes after a disappointing performance, that is the point where you are the most raw, the most authentic. People are starving for authenticity in this country right now. They want to see raw emotion. If the media were to wait an hour, 2 hours after the competition to interview Simone Manuel, they're going to get a rehearsed statement, a rehearsed reaction. It's not going to be as real. Modern athletes have this sense of entitlement that most people don't have the benefit of. They want to be interviewed when everything is perfect, when they're winning, or when they feel like it. I only want to talk to you if I'm up to it, if I'm feeling good. If I'm in a bad mood, leave me alone. It doesn't work that way in the real world. The lady working the drive-through window at McDonald's, if she's having a bad day, or if she is struggling with mental health, she doesn't get to use that as an excuse. I'm not feeling up to talking to customers today, so I'm just not going to do it. If they had that mentality, they'd be out of a job. McDonald's doesn't give a damn if you're having a bad day. Neither does the person in line waiting for a Big Mac. I was at the store yesterday buying groceries. I was fourth in line at the register. There was about 5 people behind me. There's only one woman working the cash register, and the credit card machine was slow. It was acting up. It was taking forever. I was starting to get a little bit impatient. There was an older lady in front of me, and she asked the cashier if she could get someone else from the back to come up and go to the second register, help out. The cashier replied, "It's called being patient, ma'am. I'm already having a bad day. I don't need your added pressure." You can imagine how well that response went over. The cashier and this older woman, they began to argue. The rest of us in line were laughing about it. Eventually, it kind of cooled down, and the cashier explained that the second register wasn't working. They were having technical problems. She apologized for the delay in getting everyone checked out and said that she was doing everything that she could. Now, that's all she had to say to begin with. No one in line cared that she was having a bad day. We just wanted to get our stuff, get the hell out of there. I bring that up because that is a situation that happens to regular people every day. If a situation similar to that happened to one of these modern athletes, they'd have a bitch fit. How dare you question my performance? How dare you interview me right after the competition? Do you know who I am? Simone Manuel recently revealed that she struggles with mental health. Like I said, generally, I stay away from being critical of athletes and mental health issues. However, when I read what she was struggling with, I couldn't believe it. Simone Manuel struggles with overtraining syndrome. Now, you may be wondering, what the hell is overtraining syndrome? Well, it happens when an athlete's training activity exceeds what their body can handle. In other words, Simone Manuel overworked herself. She was also experiencing burnout, depressed mood. She was irritable. Who hasn't felt that way at some point? I guarantee you, every one of you watching me right now, at some point has been overworked. At some point, you have been burned out, not in a good mood, irritable. That is not a mental health issue. That is life. I'm sympathetic to people who are actually struggling with mental health, but when I feel athletes are using it as a crutch, as an excuse, that's when I have a problem with it. Simone Manuel, you weren't your best this year at the Olympics. That's okay. No one's mad about it. But claiming mental health is the reason that you're overworked? I ain't buying it. I don't call being overworked a mental health issue. These modern athletes, they claim they're oppressed. They claim that people are biased against them because of their race. They whine when people are critical of their performance. Anytime something doesn't go their way, they want to whine and complain about it. Toughen up. The rest of us have little to no sympathy for it. I am criticized on a daily basis. Every day, someone's criticizing me. Do you ever hear me complain about it? No. You know why? Because this is what I signed up for when I decided to do this. When you're an Olympic athlete, an NBA player, NFL player, part of your job is talking to the media. Not when you feel like it, but every time. Another part of your job is opening yourself up to criticism from the public. Learn to deal with it. No one feels sorry for you. All right, time to let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts on Simone Manuel's demands to the media. Do you think being overworked is a mental health issue? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. The best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.